If you wanna be somebody, if you wanna go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. Hey, hey, you think you got the answers to all that lies ahead? Well, in my mind, I thought the same one time. And I hear you spouting much talk about how you ain't being led. Ain't no one telling you what to do. What attitude will catch up with you and keep you from your destiny? If you wanna be somebody, if you wanna go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. When the time is now or never to make your dreams come true, you gotta wake up and pay attention.
I ain't buying no more lying, 'cause truth don't cost a thing. Denying what's inside's too much to pay. It's by sweating without stressing. There ain't no other way. You know you can't get much without much giving. Oh, expect from yourself and you respect yourself. You control your destiny. If you wanna be somebody, wanna go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. The time is now or never to make your dreams come true. You gotta wake up and pay attention. Oh, be somebody, go somewhere. You better wake up and pay attention. Wake up, baby. The time is now or never to make your dreams come true. You gotta wake up and pay attention.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Hey, the future's so bright, I got to wear these shades, aviator shades, but I will take them off here. Darryl Roberts coming to you from the San Francisco Bay Area today. Aaron and Cal Berkeley playing the Arizona State Wildcats. They played them last night. They won that game, and they have the second game today and a third game coming up on Sunday. So we're here again traveling in the San Francisco Bay Area because of this amazing company, Travorium. It seems like we do visit home once in a while. We live at resorts and hotels, and it is just an amazing lifestyle. And to be able to travel when you want, where you want, with whom you want, and do what you want. And that's what this training is going to be all about. And one of my favorite things is this song here, Wake Up and Pay Attention. You know, that comes from the show Sister Act. And when I heard it then at that time, obviously I've been involved in this industry, but it just made so much sense and it was powerful. And again, you have to wake up and pay attention. You know, if you want to be somebody, you wake up and pay attention. And so many people are just, you know, in front of the television and, you know, kind of zombied out. And sometimes it's because they work so hard and you just want to veg out and you're so tired and you can't do anything. But you got to definitely fight that, you know, that scenario here. So I listen to this song all the time. Number one, it's a good song, has a great beat, and you can bob and weave just a little bit while the song is on as well. But the message is just apropos to what we do and who we are. So guys, we're going to go ahead and jump right into this. I'm going to show you some of the things that we actually do, Marie and I do, and I'm going to integrate it in with a lot of things that I listen to. Sometimes, you know, we tell people to read, you know, 10 pages of a good book every day. We tell people to, you know, watch videos and motivational videos, things that can inspire you and motivate you. And sometimes it's tough for people. So a lot of things that I do, for me, because I've got that ADD, I actually listen to short little clips of information that just pump me up, that gets my endorphins moving to create the energy that I need to create to continue to build and create a successful business. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. You're going to hear several of those little clips that I listened to today integrated in within this training. And then I'm going to put a place somewhere soon where people can actually get access to these clips. So you're going to see that as well. We're also going to show you or tell you there's a 5-minute new video coming out that Maria is putting together. We put it together. She's actually the one that's actually going to actually do the speaking and training on, but it's actually regarding travel. You've already seen the one that we have out there right now. It's like 30 minutes long. Well, we've got that bad boy down to 5 minutes, under 5 minutes. And it's a way to just kind of pique someone's attention. So we'll talk a little bit about that, but that won't come out till probably Sunday or Monday, as I look at my beautiful producer over here. So yeah, she's waving, she's nodding her head saying that possibly Sunday. But guys, let's get into this. Let's have some fun. I'm gonna show you some of the things that we've done to create success and things that you can do to create success as well. So the whole goal is to design the life that you want. Now I'm gonna take my picture off here, video, so you guys can see the slide. I don't know if it's bugging you on or not, but what I'm gonna do is just take it off so you guys can see it clearly. Design the life that you want. You gotta get excited. That's number one. You have to be excited about it. When you're talking about our business, you can't be saying things like, well, I found something that, I think is, exciting. And, I think it's going to be good, with everybody traveling now and wanting to, that's not going to work. You've got to talk to somebody. Hey, are you open to making some money outside of what you currently do? If I can show you how you can now travel, now the pandemic is almost over, for pennies on the dollar, would you want to know about that? So in other words, you have to get excited in life, whether you're married and you have a wife or you're married and you have a husband. We all like excitement. We don't like doldrum. When kids play sports, we want kids that are animated, excited, flying around the bases, dunking on people, shooting 3-pointers, doing things, playing some defense, everything about life that creates, success. You have to have some energy. You have to be excited and pay attention. Again, we have the most amazing trainers that come on this Saturday training call, the Monday corporate call, that give you information that can take your life to another level. I was just listening to last Monday's corporate call, and the information that Todd talked about, that of course Dave, the CEO, talked about, Danny and the rest of the people that showed up there, is enough if you watched it over and over to create success for you and your family. But most people, you kind of hear something, and if you're not serious about it, you're only going to hear it that one time, and it's going to kind of go in and then go out. In other words, it's going to dissipate. But each one of these Saturdays is enough information for you to follow through over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, that you've got enough information to create whatever success in life that you want. And then you want to take massive action. That's critical to your success. A lot of people wonder, why don't I ever create momentum? Why can't I get things going the way that I really want to? Because you're not taking massive action. You're calling somebody once every, a couple of days or once every week for a lot of people, or, something happens in your life and you disappear for a week or two or a month or two, and you never really get that momentum that you need. So if you take massive action over the next 30 days, over the next 60 days, over the next 90 days, all out massive action, AOMA, guys, you're going to see some results. You're going to see some things that are happening. And then I'm going to share with you a lady that just signed up, that how we've talked to her for, 4 or 5 years. And then, we finally get a text from her saying that, are you guys still with that travel company? And that's because of constant follow-up. Every time something happens, when the Forex started, she got an email and a text from us. When, we added the Dream vacation platform, she got a text from us. When we talked about the net rate, she got a text from us, or a Facebook message from us. When we were doing some things, when people were signing up, when they had that program back in the day, don't have it now, but for free, we sent text her, and 99% of the time, she never responded at all, never responded, didn't even say boo. But, text came out earlier this week, hey, are you guys still involved with that travel company? Now, what if we were gone because we didn't have success and we were in another company and deal? We wouldn't have her. And this lady has potential to do some amazing things. So we're going to talk about staying the course, planting your flag. And good things happen if you plant your flag and you actually plant seeds. And some of the seeds will happen today. Some will happen over weeks, some will take months, some will even take years. But once those seeds germinate, once those seeds actually, come forth and produce, guys, you never know what the potential is and what trajectory that can actually change you. So let's go ahead and see if we can talk about this. Never quit. Of course, that's something very important on there. So your number one objective, and this is what you guys got to put down, your number one objective, you are in business to make money and take fabulous vacation. You have to understand it. That's what you signed up for. Now, unless you signed up just to be a customer, well, you probably don't need to be on this training call. But if you're on this training call, either now live or you're listening to it, or you get your group listening to it later over and over again, which that's what I recommend, to listen to something over and over again until it becomes a part of you. You are in business to make money. You're not in here just to hang out and do, whatever. You're in here to make money. Now, it's okay. There's people that do have a social club and they just like the friendship, and there's nothing wrong with that. But for those of you that want to win big time in 2021, 2022, 2023, 24, 25, literally change your financial destiny, you're in business to make money and take fabulous vacations. You can do that at the same time. Most likely in the beginning, it's going to be these fabulous vacations. If you're platinum 3 or 4 a year, if you've got your spouse signed up as platinum, it could be 7 or 8 of these amazing, fabulous vacations every year. And while you're doing those unbelievable vacations, probably vacations that you probably wouldn't have taken without being involved with this company, because it's pennies on the dollar, and some of them are actually zero. You can do that while you're learning to build and develop the business. I've never seen a system as powerful as what we have. You work for 90 days. Let's say you're platinum. You work for 90 days. Get together with your upline, the key successful uplines, the people that are making money, the ambassadors and above, and you get together with those people. And you're learning your game plan, you're talking, you're bouncing ideas off of those individuals, et cetera. And while you're doing that, your head's down, you're going 90 days, boom, now you got a vacation. You're going to take an 8-day, 7-night, or maybe one of the world tours. You're going to go to France and to Paris, France, or you're going to go to San Diego or Hawaii or one of these other amazing trips. And you refresh, and whether you do it just with your family or whether you do it with your the whole company and group, is totally up to you, whether it's the getaway or the world tours. And when you come back, now, boom, another 90 days, head down, got your game plan. You got, you've got all your answers, questions answered, and you're ready to go. You're energized again, another 90 days. Then boom, now you're back in Hawaii, or you're in Arizona, or you're in Las Vegas, or you're in Florida at Disneyland, staying at one of these places for $0 or, $1 a day or something crazy like that. Can you imagine that process over a year, over 2 years, and you're taking 3 or 4 of these vacations, not to mention the excursions you have on a weekend. Hey, we just want to go to San Diego for the weekend, or we just want to go here and there. And you're using the net rates to get, better hotel deals than you would get if you went to Expedia or any other online booking agent. So that is your number one goal. If you don't know that, write that down, put that right there on your forehead, and make sure you look at it every day when you look into the mirror. Now, here's the other thing you got to understand. In any business, there's going to be positives and negatives. I don't care if you have a McDonald's franchise and you spent $2 million to get that bad boy going. You're going to have positives and you're going to have negative. Go into it understanding that is the culture of a business. It's the culture of life. It's the culture of being married. It's the culture of anything. There's positives and there's negatives out there. And if you understand that, when something negative happens to you, you don't have to freak out, or you don't have to say, oh, this doesn't work. Well, that guy, Darryl, told me that this was going to happen, that people were going to say no to the business. People were going to get in and some were going to quit. People were going to get in and you thought they were going to do something. The bell rang, the gate lifted up, and they didn't even get started. So You have to understand that right up front. There's positives and negatives. You own a $2 million McDonald's franchise. Sometimes the kids aren't going to show up for their shift, and you're going to have to step in, or, going to be shortchanged. It's going to be tough. Sometimes the French fry machine or the milkshake machine or something's going to break down, and it's going to be out for an hour or two, or maybe even a day or two. Those are some of the negatives that happen. So something that you thought was going to happen correctly here with our business, there's going to be a hiccup. And every once in a while, things are going to have a challenge. But the reason why, it's a business. There's positives and there's negatives. If you understand that, it's going to make a big difference in your life. You want to keep it simple: peak, pass, and plug. That's something we're not going to go through today, but it's a training that we all do. Todd does it just amazingly, and we have recordings of it and a ton of information on how you should talk to someone about the business. If you're doing anything other than peak, pass, and plug, then you're missing the point. It's a system, it's simple, and that you can actually do. And then never quit. It's the second slide I've had, never quit, because the only way people fail is if they quit. They don't give it enough time. Any skill set that you want to learn, anything that you want to become and you want to do, whether it's playing an organ at church or piano, classical piano, or becoming a doctor, or becoming an engineer, or becoming a fireman, or becoming whatever, you start out at point A, zero, don't know anything, you have a passion, and then by a year from now or 2 years from now, in a doctor's case, could be 12 years after going through school and medical school and then residencies, et cetera, then now, hey, they'll let you start cutting on people and making diagnoses and all of that. So imagine if you want to become a doctor, and after a month or two, well, I mean, I'm not seeing any patients. I don't have an office, and I don't have patients coming in here, and I can't heal people and save them from cancer or any diagnosis that they have. I'm just going to quit. It doesn't work that way. They understand the expectations. They understand what it's going to take to create a successful business. The best part about our company is that it's only a few $100 to get started, and the highest position is $125 a month. And you can find 3 other people that get that same plan, and it's zero, because you're making more money than you're spending. And as opposed to a doctor, it's going to cost you hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars to finally get to that place where you actually are at a hospital or your own private practice. So understand that, guys, going into this. It'll make a huge difference in your success. Now, I'm going to quickly hit on this, because this is a slide you need to take a snapshot on, because these are the basics that you must master. And again, you don't see any trigonometry problems here, no other complicated math problems here, or some theories and evolution or any of that stuff. It's sharing the service. We have the most amazing services. We have a Forex service that gives you education on how you can, grow your money, and it's amazing, and the stories that are coming out, and lots of people even on our team, and it's just unbelievable of that, the value of that service. And then of course the travel side of it, the deals that we get, where we go and where we stay, and the look and feel of the room, and it's just unbelievable. So you have to learn how to share that service, and some of you can learn it in a day or two, some a week or two, some a month or two, some of you it's going to take a year or two to be able to share it. And if once you learn how to let other people share their services for you, and what's so cool about this is that when you go take one of these trips, you go take a getaway or a world tour, or you save, $20 a night at a hotel, or whatever the case may be, you're going to be able to share a lot easier when you have actually used it, and you can come from experience. But right now, if you haven't used it and you don't plan on taking a trip, there's hundreds of people, thousands of people that have taken these trips. There's actually a site that we have that you can actually go to, and actually, and I'll get that site for you here, where you can actually have people look at stories of your partners all over the country and all over the world. And you can say, hey, these are my partners, because they are. So you're not fibbing when you say that. And that site is set up where it just tells all the amazing stories. And then there's enough people just on Facebook that share their stories that you can actually have access to as well. So that's sharing the services. You got to learn how to be able to share the services. If you do, great, do it. And if you don't, then you can learn. It's not complicated. Share the opportunity. Same thing. You got to learn how to share the opportunity. Some of you can do it sooner than later. Some's going to take a little bit of time. But at the end of the day, the sharing the opportunity, you have to understand that most people are going to say no, even though people are struggling, even though some of the people were hit really hard with the pandemic, lost their jobs and millions are displaced, et cetera. They're still going to say no, even though they need the opportunity. You just can't let it affect you mentally when you go out there to build and grow your business. No upfront. The 95% of the people are stuck because they are just stuck and they don't have any rhyme or reason to it. They don't want to make the changes, or they're going to tell you what you're doing is illegal, or this is not good, or whatever the case may be. Don't let that affect you. So you know up front, you're looking for a certain group of people. And thank God you're only looking for 3 to 5 people that want to change their life, 3 to 5 people that want to grow their money, 3 to 5 people that want to take fabulous vacations for literally pennies on the dollar. So out of all the people you know and all the people you will learn how to meet and come in contact with over the next week or two or month or two or year or two, you're only looking for a few good people, and that duplicate that process and things are going to happen for you. The other thing, the basic you must master if you want to make a 6-figure income with their company is the peak, pass, and plug formula. Again, we're not going through that, but you need to get off this phone, off this recording today, and hey, where's the peak, pass, and plug? I've got an 8-minute video. Todd's got it out there. It's in the back office. Corporate's doing an amazing job putting trainings together there. So they're all over the place. You just need to realize that I got to get it, I got to learn it, and I got to give it time to develop within my soul and body before I can actually create success. And little things is just being excited when you're talking to people. Have energy, have a smile on your face when you're talking to people on the phone. Right now, I'm going to smile tremendously here over the next 30 seconds as I'm talking to you guys right now. I have a big smile on my face, and I'm talking about peak, pass, and plug formula. And you see how it comes out over the internet or over the phone, over the mic, et cetera, because I have that smile. And you have to do this. Sometimes you should get up and walk around when you're sharing the information with somebody, because your energy changes as opposed to when you're up walking around, as opposed to when you're sitting down and your shoulders slump, et cetera. So learn that formula, start practicing, give it time, whether it's a day or two, a month or two, or a year or two. Give that formula time to work for you, because that is the magic formula, the secret sauce, if you will. And then build for events. Some of you are going to wish you to have more of your team members on here. The good thing about it, this is being recorded. It's on Facebook. We're going to put it up on our website, and it's going to be other places as well, so people can actually watch this training and listen to it over and over until it becomes part of them. So build for events. This is an event. Every Saturday is an event you want to plug in for, because you might learn a nugget, get a pearl of wisdom that can enhance and grow your business. The Monday corporate call is unbelievable, and you get a chance to see the CEO of our company every single Monday, and that normally doesn't happen with most companies that are out there. And he's sharing and pouring from his heart about what's happening in our company, things that are updating you, and you're also hearing from other leaders. You don't miss those calls. Those are events you want to make sure you're there, and you want to make sure you got your team there. The more people you get on these calls and Monday calls and events that we're having, the bigger your group is going to grow. And then you want to replicate that. Some people say duplicate, and if you duplicate something over time, it kind of fades. So we kind of use the word sometime interchangeable, replicate, because if you replicate something, then it's the exact same as before. Each copy, even if 1,000 times down, is clear, just like it's the same as the first copy. And then another one, this is a key one. Put a star by this one as well. Put a star by all of these, but self-improve. Your income is going to change to the improvement of your mindset and the information that you read and you develop. So you want to self-improve. You want to do better. You want to read things. You want to listen to things. You want to have positive impact on your life. And you can do that by listening to other people that have done things, that are motivational speakers, that have been creating success, and they can show you how to create success as well. It's just like computer, garbage in, garbage out. You can use a computer to watch bad things, or you can use a computer to watch good things and learn things out there. It's whatever you put into your mind is what's going to manifest and be projected into the world. And those are the things you have to do. And I just remember when I first started this industry, and then Maria and I first started in this industry, we had cassette tapes. And every time we got in the car, we would actually have cassette tapes. And we would listen to those cassette tapes over and over again. And just, just where did it go yesterday? The lady, we were at Aaron's game yesterday, and there was a lady, they checked your bags and stuff going into the game. And I do this all the time, but I'm just remembered yesterday was the last time we did. And she said she was looking in Maria's bag, and I kind of walked up because I was getting my tickets a little bit right behind Maria. And she said, "Oh, how are you doing?" And I said, "Fantastic and improving." And she had the biggest smile on her face and on that. So just for that quick moment, I made a change in her life and her state just for that one moment and second. Then, of course, I said, "Well, how are you doing today?" And she said, "I'm doing awesome." And we learned that, 27, Maria and I have been together 27 years, married 25 years now. That was one of the tapes we listened to with Zig Ziglar back in the day. He was talking about, why do you ask somebody how they doing and say, "Oh, I'm okay under the circumstances." And I remember his old voice saying those type of things. But when you actually hear him, talk about it, he said, you need to project where you are and where you want to be. I'm fantastic and improving. And we do that all the time in the grocery line. And, because the clerk, the person taking the money and doing the groceries, they're just, "How you doing?" And then the next person, "Oh, how you doing?" And the next person, "How you doing?" And the next person, you're watching this in line. And then I said, "Watch what's going to happen, Maria." And then we get up there, "How you doing?" "Hey, fantastic and improving." And it just puts a smile on their face. So, and out to the world, the universe, to God, it's projecting, "Hey, I'm fantastic and I'm improving." And those are the type of things that you're attracting in your life. We may get a little bit into that a little bit later, but self-improve is critical, guys. And you don't have to take hours and hours and hours a day, 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, turning the TV off and just listening to something powerful like a Zig Ziglar, like a Jim Rohn, or, Anthony Robbins, Les Brown. There's my producer stepping up, helping out, because I got tripped up. She's here to help me out. And then, of course, while you're doing this, you have to have fun. Anything that you do, whether you're losing weight or getting in shape, and you've got to make it fun, because if you don't make it fun, even if you have reasons to do it, it's just going to be monotony. It's going to be tougher on it. So have fun while you're doing this. Stay focused on doing the common uncommonly well. 1 + 1 is 2, ABC. If you can learn those basics, just like the 7 basics you must master, I'm telling you, your life is going to change. So every day we're presented with 2 choices. Number 1, evolve, or number 2, repeat. What did you pick today? So I want you guys to write that down. I want you to wake up every day thinking about, what is my choice today? I can evolve and I can get better. I can listen to some videos and audios and read a few pages of a good book. Those little simple things repeated over time will make a huge difference in your life. Or you can, number 2, repeat yesterday, and that turns into another day, turns into another week, turns into another month, turns into another quarter, turns into another year. And 5 years from now, you're in no better situation than you were, whether it's from a health standpoint, whether from a financial standpoint, whatever the case may be. So I want you guys to ask yourself this question every day. What am I going to do? Am I going to, number 1, I'm going to evolve. And by evolving, you're going to do the things we're talking about. You don't want to keep repeating the same days. That's why in America, the greatest country on earth, at age 65, 95% of people are dead or dead broke at age 65, because they repeat the same old every single day. They're not living the life they want. They're not looking the way that they really want. They're not taking advantage of all the wonderful things. And for all the bad things on social media, there's a million great things on social media. It just depends on what you want to focus on. And if you focus on the positive and you go to things and where people and books that can help you go to the next level, your life is going to change. So guys, I want you to check this out here. Take a listen.
Like, don't listen to anyone. Everybody's scared. Everyone tells you how things worked out, but it worked out for you that way. And so don't listen to anyone because their experience is unique to who they are. You know what I mean? And then a lot of people will try to put their fears on you. You can't do that. No, you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So they just project and they're putting things that they don't believe that they can do on you. And you may possibly could do it. Like, my uncle, he was telling me, like, my uncle said I never sold 1 million records. I sold 1 million records like 1 million times. So he was, I'm sure I'm his nephew. I don't think he meant any malice.
He wanted the best for you, but
he just was projecting his fears and things that, are you crazy? How are you going to do that? How? I'm sure there's things I do now that he can't believe that I was able to accomplish. But he couldn't even see it at the time. So he was just projecting, putting his fears on me. So the whole thing is just, and always believe you're great, even before anybody else believes it. It's like, don't listen to anyone.
So don't let other people tell you what you can do. I don't have to say it. That was Jay-Z when he got started. And now he's a billionaire mogul out there and literally started from nothing. And people were telling him, you can't do this, you can't do that. You're dreaming too big. Guys, don't ever let somebody project on you. What I recommend, come back and listen to that again. Why winners win. See, have you made a choice to try the business or a decision to become successful in it? Your destiny lies within your answer. So many people say, oh, I'm going to try this. Oh, and it's just like trying a recipe. Oh, I'm going to try this recipe. Oh, I'm going to try that recipe. No, you want to make a decision to become successful here. In 30 years of being in this industry, I've never seen a company that has what we have, and a service that are unbelievable, both of them, and a compensation plan that is fair, it's equitable, and you don't have to have 80 billion people to make some a serious money, and it's just everything is there for you. You just have to make a decision that I'm going to figure this out. I'm not going to let this person or that situation or whatever the case may come up and try and trip you up, stop you from progressing and moving forward, because you found it here, and hopefully we can prove that to you. But here's the thing. Have you made a choice to try the business or a decision? That's the key to become successful in it. Your destiny lies within your answer. What does it really take to make it?
And I made this once a week, 1 hour show, and I sat at my dining room table from sun up to sundown, called all 1,300 commercial television stations in America, and I asked them to carry the show for free. 14 minutes of commercial time. I'll keep 7 minutes. You keep 7 minutes. I'll sell my 7 minutes to national advertisers, and you sell your 7 minutes to local advertisers. I literally got 40 no's from every television station in the country. And after a year of sitting at my dining room table, I was able to squeeze out about 150 yeses after about 40,000 no's. And that was a year of just no. I started at 6 in the morning so I could start calling, call stations all the way up to 6 p.m. So it was just 12 hours a day. And there were days I didn't eat. It was just like, boom, just dial, call. I finally got to that 90%. I went beyond the 85%, jammed it in. Joe Ahern was my first big clearance. He was a general manager of the ABC affiliate.
Some people think that you can just talk to one person and 2 people and 3 people and 4 people and it's going to just work out for you. And then if you talk to the wrong 2 or 3 or 4 people and they say no, then sometimes you don't even hang around long enough. Once I make a decision to do something, let's say for an example, a business like we're in right now, I could talk to 10 or 15 people. And if they say no, it's not going to affect me, because once I make the decision, I don't know what's going on in your life. I don't know if we're bowling partners and now I'm going to be focusing on this business, so I may not be able to show up on Thursdays, and you figure that out and you say, no, those things don't work, and you're doing everything behind the scenes to tear me down, to get me back to that Thursday night bowling, not doing anything for my life as far as generating income and building an additional profit center. I've made a decision that I'm going to do what I need to do until I actually win. And that's what you've got to get. You cannot let other people determine whether you're going to be successful or not. If they're negative, if they're positive, bring them on board. Now you got 2, and then those 2 turn into 4, turn into 8, and 16, 32, 64, 128, et cetera. And it just continues to grow from there. But what it really takes to make it, that was Byron Allen. He's a billionaire. And he was just sharing his story, how he got started and how everybody's saying no, 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 and how he worked his butt. And now he's a billionaire. Unbelievable, amazing guy. Amazing story. Byron Allen, if you can read his story, is truly unbelievable. This is the type of stuff I listen to every day. This is the type of stuff, the little 30-second clips, 1-minute clip to just kind of get in my mind. I don't need an hour or two of something, and just a 30-second clip, 60-second clip. Hey, I'm going to have a great day today. Let me listen to my 5 1-minute clips and get me started today on what I really need to do. So my recommendation is for those of you that need to hear that again, you need to play the replay on that and hear what it took for him and what it takes for anybody to be successful out in the world today. Why winners win. Every one person is a self-made person, but only the successful ones are willing to admit it. My business works because of me. My business does not work because of me. You want to become independent ASAP. You've got a great group of people, great mentors, great leaders, and you want to definitely, rely on those. But when you signed up on the application, it didn't say codependent, rep. It says independent rep. And you want to learn the things that you need to learn. You want to take responsibility for your business. You want to step up. You want to be enthusiastic about it. Now, we're still here to help you every step of the way. I don't want to make sure you guys don't go on your own direction, because too many people do that and they don't move as fast as they could if they were working with the people that have been there, done that, and bouncing ideas off, introducing their new people to it. Those things you want to do. Find out who your upline ambassador and above are, and you want to make sure you at least know them, that they know who you are, and you've got their phone number so you can call them. And what are you doing? Where should I plug in? Or these are some of the things that I'm doing. It sounds like they're a little different than what you guys have done to create success. Should I tweak them? And guys, there's no real one way to do everything, but sometimes a person does have a great idea, but I'd like to go with the proven success leaders, people that have done it, been there, and kind of plug into what they're actually doing. It makes a difference in your success.
Passion and the drive has to be followed by an action. You have to have an action that follows it. And that's the hardest part. People don't want to have that action. Everyone talks about, man, they got all these dreams dancing in their head. I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do. Guess what? Dreams want to live just like everybody else. And if you don't bring them to life, somebody else will. They're going to jump from your head right into somebody else's head. And that person is going to bring those dreams to life. And you're going to be sitting there back thinking, man, I could have, I should have, I would have. Well, you had your chance. You got to deliver. You got to have action. You got to deliver. Passionate.
So guys, it's like the magnifying glass out there. And, a lot of people want things, but they're not willing to put in the work, the passion behind it. It's like the magnifying glass that you guys have all had or seen when you were kids growing up, and you have a magnifying glass and you have some tissue, and then you have the sun behind you. And if you're holding that magnifying glass and you're moving it around, you're not focusing on the tissue, you're just kind of moving it around, nothing is going to happen. And that's like a person that says they have dreams and goals, but then they don't do anything. They're stuck behind the TV every day, and, literally 4, 5, 6 hours a night on television, or things that aren't, producing, things that will move you forward. And don't get me wrong, guys, entertainment is important, and it needs to be a part of it. But too many people have more entertainment than they do, work in their business. And that balance is completely skewed. It's off a big time. And that's why you don't move as quick, or you don't create the success, because number one, you're not consistent, and you're skewed on the entertainment side, and you're not pushing the things that you need to do to create success. So it's important for you, once you have your goals, your objectives, whatever it is you want to be, you've got to have passion behind it. You've got to be willing to, put the time and energy into it, to plug in on a consistent basis for a period of time that really makes all the difference in the world. A dream written down with a date becomes a goal broken down into steps becomes a plan, and a plan backed by action makes your dream a reality. So again, he just talked about that as well. And that was Michael Jordan's trainer back in the day, who helped him and get to where he was going. But he talked about also Michael Jordan, you didn't have to tell him much because he was driven to be success. He just kind of, put the yellow brick road, things he needed to do. But Michael Jordan was just driven. Nobody was going to outwork that guy. And people wonder, well, how do people get to this spot? How do they become successful? How do they do this in sports or business or, in life and marriage and whatever the case may be? Is they're driven. There's something about them that drives them to be in that situation. And those are the things you have to do. And it starts with this page right here, a dream written down with a date that becomes a goal. So that's what, if you haven't done that, you need to do that. And then it needs to be broken down into steps. And there's where people above you can actually work with you. And then it becomes a plan. And then you put the action behind it, put that passion behind it. And that's when things really start to happen. And again, I think, a lot of times we think too small. Well, we want to get our 3. So, we're making more money than we're spending. That's part of the steps. No question about it. That's part of the plan. But if you're not thinking about becoming an ambassador minimum, just getting there, that's got to be your big dream to get started. Now to go higher than that, but that's about a 6-figure income average, anywhere from 90,000 to more, depending on, personal things that you do as well. But if you think along those lines, that's the big goal. Sometimes you think about, I got to get my 3, and you're not even getting 0. You're not even getting 1. If you think about getting 10, then you're going to get 3. So you got to step it up a lot in this business. Don't just think of the minimums to hit your goal. You got to come in right now. Everybody listening that's not an ambassador, that's got to be your goal. What does it take to become an ambassador? 15,000 in volume on the left, 15,000 in volume on the right. And you can break that down between platinums or, platinum travel traders, titanium travel traders, or, basics, et cetera. You can break those numbers down and actually see what is it going to take, but that should be your goal. And then when you break it down, well, I got to get 3, so mine's free. And then I got to get 600 volume left, 600 volume right. And that'll get me to 1 star. And then it starts the process. And that turns to 2,000 and 2,000. And you see, there's a game plan. It's not just, well, yeah, I want to do this. And then you don't have a clue. What does it take to do that? And if you know anything about direct sales or network marketing, to have the ambassador where we get bonuses every single month, in addition to the income, is that it's just amazing comparative to any other company out there. To have an ambassador get paid what an ambassador is paid, it wouldn't be 15,000 left and 15,000 right, guys. It would be like 100,000 left and 100,000 right. Something that is just so far out there that only the few can actually hit it. But 15,000 left, 15,000 right, you can put a plan together and get that. Whether it's in 6 months or a year or 2-3 years, your life can change because of that daily residual income and all the bonuses and all the things that come along with that. That is doable. It is not pie in the sky. And that's one of the things you got to understand. If you compare this to other companies that are out there, it's going to be much tougher, and you're not going to have the fun vacations or the trade signals that you get that can show you things that you're just not going to get in other places. So guys, put your dreams down, put them in goals, get the dates set, and then break them down into the steps and get that plan and put some action behind it. And don't do it by yourself. Tell the world, tell the company, tell your upline support, this is what you're going to do, and then make the decision to do it. And I'm going to give you some other things here that will help you stick to what you need to do, because I know it's tough, but once you get over that hump, I'm telling you guys, it's your life will change, and you'll be glad you did it, and you wonder why you took so long to do that?
I want something. I go into the future in my brain, which is powerful, and I visualize exactly what I want. So I'm there. I'm in my future. And then I think about every single thing I need to do to make that happen, and every single thing that could stop that from happening or what I need to avoid. Then I go right back. You understand what I'm saying? Like I was just in the future, thinking about watching myself on my television network. So because I do that, that means I have to think what would be the worst case scenario, and then I have to think what would be the best case scenario. And then I eliminate every single thing that I think could happen, which I call art detecting. And then I put everything and every single attitude and person around me in my vision that's going to make me get to what I want. And also, I try to get the people around me to think about the same exact vision. So you can inspire people and all that energy is focused on one thing that they can visualize in their head. Then it becomes a tangible reality. And I know that to be a fact. I want something.
Passion and the drive.
So guys, this is me in my life right here. I've pictured it. I've seen it. I saw Maria way before Maria was here. I saw my family, my kids, way before my kids were here. And it was just so amazing when I heard this, this process that you guys have just seen. And I've heard different people say it different ways and this and that. But I mean, I've actually gone into the future. I've seen myself, how I look, how I feel, what I want to become. And if you start seeing that and believing it, God's going to manifest it for you. It's going to start drawing you to that. It's just like, for an example, if you want to get a car, let's just use an Escalade as an example. I mean, I'm thinking about that Escalade. Man, that Escalade is amazing, a vehicle. I think I want that Cadillac Escalade. Well, what's going to happen? You're going to start seeing that car all over the place. You're going to start noticing it. It's not that it wasn't there in the first place, but now you're picturing it, you're seeing it, and now you're going to start seeing it. That's what you need to see. You need to see and ask yourself these questions. Hey, I want to be in better shape. I'm going to figure this out. What do I need to do to get in better shape? What are the things that I need to accomplish? I want to become an ambassador. I'm going to become an ambassador. I see myself as an ambassador out there. You need to go out there and see yourself getting the award for becoming ambassador, figuring out what are you going to do with the almost six-figure plus income every single month. The church, the group, the organization, the community, the family members, the savings you're going to be able to save and see that stuff, see it as if it's already there. Picture it and then ask yourself, how am I going to get there? What do I need to do to get there? And you ask yourself that question, the answer is going to come. I've done that all my life, asked questions about this or that. And within a short period of time, normally it's a short period of time, within a few days or a few weeks, then something is coming to my life that opens up that portal, that door to help me get to that situation. And I've seen that a bunch of times. And now the way this young man put it, come back and listen to it again and over and over again. And you can follow the same instruction. You don't have to make this stuff up. The things that I teach and I train over the years that I've been in this industry, I don't make them up. Yeah, I have my stories and things that, have personally affected me and we share those things and we've added a few things, but guys, all I've done is copy and repeat. I just copied the information from successful people and I repeat it and I do it. And what I think has helped me out over the years is I don't do it once or twice and I don't get the results and then I just quit. No, I keep doing them over and over. When I first started, I'll tell you a story. When I first started, I was selling water filters with a company by the name of NSA. And I was at the meeting and you listen to the information, how to sell the water filters and this and that. And at that time, the jugs of water were just being really in the stores. I mean, think about it. Back in the day, $1 for a gallon of water was crazy, but, the aisles were full of that. And I lived in a community where, I was a little different. And I would go to the grocery store and I was 24 years of age and, just that handsome lad, out there doing my due and this and that and excited about life and where I wanted to go over the next 30 years and what I was willing to put into it. But I didn't have the skill set. And so I remember being at this grocery store and this was a very, very affluent area. And I was in there and I'd pick up a cart because I was actually going there to recruit, and I would have my cart and I'd be going up and down the aisles, and I'd see a lady that I wanted to share the information with, and then I'd get too nervous, and I would chicken out, and then people start looking at me and turning around and stuff, and then I would end up grabbing stuff off the shelf that I had no intention of getting nor needed. And I did that because I was so afraid to start that initial conversation and tell them how, with this NSA water filter, you can do the same water and save $1 a gallon and get it right from your tap, the same type of water. And I just couldn't figure it out. And I'd follow people around and people would be looking at me. I'm surprised I didn't get in any trouble, but it come to the point that they were checking out. And then 9 out of 10 times at that time, I would have a basket full of stuff that I didn't want. And I was there, right at the checkout or right behind them. And I chickened out 9 out of 10 times. And that was my start. And I could have quit 100,000 times because it didn't come out like the trainer said on Saturday. I didn't articulate the way that he did and how to, compliment someone, to get a conversation started or do those things that we're supposed to do. But then I finally figured it out because I wasn't going to give up, because I didn't want to work at a regular job. I didn't want to go in every day. I didn't want to get into traffic because my goals and desires were much stronger than the adversity that I had to go through to get to the point where I am right now. I didn't say anything, but now I don't care who you are. President can come by somewhere and I'll get in there. Hey, how you doing there, Mr. President? And I'll tell him, hey, would you like to travel for free? Would you like to learn how you can travel for pennies on the dollar? Hey, we can show you how you can take, you can just start conversations. But my point is I didn't start that way. The way I'm speaking right now and how it's kind of just rolling off my tongue right now, it didn't happen that way. I mean, I had a lisp I had to deal with and work on and put time and effort into learning how to over exaggerate my lips so that the lip wouldn't come out. And like I just did there to show you guys, but you get better over time. And most people just don't do that. We live in a microwave society that I want it now. And some things just take time to develop, and you got to understand that. And if you do, your life is going to change. But see it first. Start seeing where you want to be. Start seeing the position you want to be in, and start saying it every day. Tell people this is where I'm going, and then find out what do you have to do? What is the volume? How many people do you have to have? And then how do you got to plug in? Stay the course. And guys, I'm going to tell you, it's going to happen a lot sooner than later for most people that are out there. So let's keep moving. Know your why. We already talked about that. Repeat it every time you can. Write it down wherever you need to. Tell everyone who's willing to listen. Knowing your why helps you stay focused. Sometimes people will get their why and even make them cry. But if you don't think about it daily, then it's going to dissipate and you're not going to know anything. And you're going to lose your focus. So know your why. Why are you doing this? Set some goals and objectives, and things will happen for you. What do you want? Are you willing to go after it? Is your why big enough to get you to the finish line? Do you have the goals? Do you have them written down? Do you have a plan of action? Who knows about your goals? Who's your coach or mentor? If you don't have a successful coach or mentor, you're missing out. If you're trying to do this on your own, you can, and you can succeed, but I'm telling you, there's potholes out there, there's challenges, and even just flat out just encouragement that you need that would be help if you have someone that is there. And some of you probably need multiple coaches. You have one, you need 2 or 3, don't get focused just on one entity or one personality. You want to expand your horizons, because I learned some from everybody. I mean, I listen, Pastor Mel, every time he talks on the calls and things that he puts together, I mean, I pick something up on, Pastor Deborah Taylor, you pick something up on, Danny, you pick something up on, because people are reading different things and they say different things and they have different perspective. And I'm always looking for something that can advance what I'm doing and take it to the next level, and then willing to share it with other people. And that's it. You never can be, ripe. Because if you get ripe like a fruit, you're going to get rotten and just fall off the tree and die and go away. So you want to stay relevant. You want to stay open to what's going on out there and listen to people. And then you got to be prepared to put in 3 to 5 years and not just, well, I've been here 3 to 5 years and nothing's happened. You have to put in action in those 3 to 5 years. You've got to be doing the things that we all talk about that you need to do to create success, learning how to share products, share opportunity, building for the events, self-improve, mastering the basics to do it and getting better each day, each week, each month, each year. And again, when you do that, you're going to do that. There's so many people that are graduating right now. Our daughter's graduating this week here at UNLV. We're so proud of her, Asia. And it was a plan. She knew going in what she wanted to do, and she followed the plan. And there were ups, there were downs, there were challenges, there were issues, but she's come out on top of her class and she's doing phenomenal. And we're just so proud of her. But it wasn't a 1 month process. It wasn't a 1 year process. It wasn't a 2 year process. It wasn't a 3 year process. They told them up front, it's going to take you 4 to 5 years to graduate. And they understood that. Because they don't graduate in 1 year, it doesn't mean, well, I'm quitting because this graduation thing ain't here. It didn't happen today. And that's so many people with our business. They get in, they go through a few things, they get pumped up and excited. And I see it too many times. And the next thing you know, you don't see that person. They put that 2-minute effort in there. And I mean, 2 minute, maybe 90 days or 6 months. And if you really analyze everything, it really wasn't that. They were shuffling paper from the left side to the right side. They were trying to talk to somebody once every other blue moon and wonder, well, this thing doesn't work. No, you didn't do the things you're supposed to do. Just like she would not be graduating if she didn't follow the steps and take the classes and do the things that she needed to do and turn in the reports and write the essays and the stories and do all the things that she needed to do. It's no different here. The only difference here, you can make a 6-figure income in 3, 4, 5 years. She's going to have to go start at the bottom, making $30,000 to $40,000 and build up over the next years if everything goes correct and there's no more pandemic, et cetera. But you can do the exact same thing 3, 4, 5 years here with the right amount of time plus the right activities. That equals your success. Let me say that again. Your success is equal to the right amount of time plus the right activities. That equals your success. You can't get in. I've been here for 2 years. And well, if you haven't done anything in 2 years except the basics and none of the basics and you expect it to happen, well, what do you expect? So I sometimes I wish it was more money to get started because that's one of the challenges in our industry. It's at the top spot in our company is $249. If every one of you listen to me right now, go back over the last 30 days from the day's date, 30 days back, you have spent $249 combined going out to eat lunch or breakfast or dinner or a combination, and you've done it, or DoorDash or Maria just told her secret and over and over again, not just the last 30 days, the last 60 days, you've done it a couple of times. And then people get started for $249 and don't put in the effort to make it happen. But there's nothing to get started. $125 a month, guys, I'm telling you, that's nothing to comparative to what you can actually do and become successful with our amazing company. There's no question about that. So put in the time, be willing to do what you need to do. Here's what happens, unfortunately, to so many people. They downgrade their dreams just to fit the reality. You need to upgrade your conviction to match your destiny. Don't downgrade your dream just to fit your reality. Upgrade your conviction to match your destiny. If you took that one thing right there and you thought on it tonight, you prayed on it tonight, you woke up in the morning, you looked at that and you understood what I'm trying to say in this message right here. I'm telling you, your life would change just with this one, because most people in America and around the world, they get beat up because people say no. They get disheartened because of the negativity and all the crap that happens in the world today that we get to see because of social media, more so than even 20 years ago. And it just weighs on people. So they just say, well, I'm okay. he's going to provide. I'm just going, no, God helps those who help themselves. I firmly believe that he's done what he's supposed to do. We're supposed to do what we're supposed to do and get it. The organ player that can really play and do what he needs to do, people will say, man, God blessed him. And yes, he sure did. No question about it. But it's so funny when you see that person that God blesses more is the one that puts in the most time and puts in the most practice and does everything a little bit more than the people who don't have that talent. It's just weird how that works all the time. So God's already done his part. You got to do your part and quit coming up with excuses and live the life that you're supposed to live. We're supposed to be the head, not the tail. It's not the other way around. And once you figure that out and you truly believe, then that's the case, you're going to make some changes in your life and make some things happen. This is what we do. And this is what you need to do to change your situation right now. And it's something you can learn from this.
Alarm clock goes off at 4 or 5 in the morning. Your mind says no. You just say, this is what we do. It's what we do now. Because to get to where you want to go, the amount of pain involved, I'm not saying physical, I'm not saying you got to break yourself off. The amount of mental pain of how many times you're going to have to do something that you don't want to do to get to where you want to go is going to be, there's going to be more times you do something that you don't want to do than you are going to want to do it. And that's your new norm. That's your new norm. So then it's like breathing. And then once you do this over and over and over again, it becomes like breathing. I don't want to live this lifestyle, but to get to the other side of this, I have to. So if you really want it, you realize what trying is and what trying is not. When that alarm clock goes off at 4 or 5 in the
Your exit velocity. I don't think my microphone was off here. I'm sorry. Develop the right mindset and your business will explode. You must have reasons. You've got to have a why, and you got to back it with intent. The key is backing it with intent. That is the critical part of that sentence there. You could be a great hitter, or you want to be a great hitter. You get up there and you just swing the bat and just swing. That's not going to do it. You have to swing the bat to hit the ball with intent. That exit velo, the exit velocity of the ball exiting the bat, the higher it is, the more it's going to get through the infield, or the further the ball is going to be hitting the outfield or over the fence. But if your exit velo is only 70 and mine is 115, I'm going to be more successful. So again, that intent is really what's necessary. I will win. I will earn residual income. I will be successful. I'm going to finish. Six-figure income is mine. My bank accounts are full of money. I'm going to the top. Join me or get out of my way. They ask me where I'm going. I tell them straight to the top. Guys, these are things you can start doing mentally, and you start out not as good, but you'll get better and stronger as you continue to move. Rain, hail, or shine, success is mine. All fear is gone. I'm successful. I'm grateful. These are affirmations you can say daily to yourself. Start picturing your life the way you want it and give it time and see it vividly where you want to go in life and talk about it and speak it into existence. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Get better at these 4 questions. Were you consistent today? Did you send out 5 peak questions today? Did you read 10 pages of a good book? Did you listen to 15 minutes of a positive audio today? I'm not going to go through the 5 golden rules. We'll do that another day because we're up on an hour right now, but I'll quickly go through the slides so you guys can actually just read them on your own, because there is one audio I want you guys to hear. Belief in the company, etc. How big is this industry? A lot of people don't understand it now. The MLM industry, direct sales industry, is a $200 billion industry. You need to update that slide. Put your ego aside and learn. Don't just go through the motions. Become trainable, coachable. Do this for lasting change. Guys, I'm going to close it out with this here. So check this out.
Want to know how to create lasting change, whether it's better health, better body, better results in business? Well, here's what it comes down to. It actually doesn't have anything to do with your habits. That's what most people focus on. If you want real lasting change, it can happen in a split second, and it's all about your self-identity. Everyone's looking to have different things, and habits focus on the doing, but lasting change focuses on the being. Be, do, have, not the other way around. So if you want lasting change in any aspect of your life, you need to change how you see yourself in the world. In my life, I had the most challenging time really waking up early for the longest, many years. And then I made a shift. I no longer thought about it as doing. I thought about it as, I'm just the type of person that gets up early. I'm the type of person that gets up before the sunrise. I'm the type of person that gets up while other people are sleeping, because I'm the type of person that's willing to do things that most others aren't, to live the life that only most other people dream of. That's a self-identity play.
Okay, so guys, that you can become the person you want to become. Just start telling you're this type of person. You may not be that type of person right now, but you can become that by telling yourself that, because your mind is more powerful than you think. There's one more you got to hear. You get just a couple more things here, but I want you guys to hear before, and we're done.
The story was the account of an African farmer who heard tales about other settlers who had made millions by discovering diamond mines. And these tales so excited the farmer that he could hardly wait to sell his farm and search for diamonds himself. So he sold his farm and spent the rest of his life searching unsuccessfully. Broke and desperate, he threw himself into a river and drowned. Now, meanwhile, the man who had bought his farm one day found a large and unusual stone in a stream which cut through the property, and the stone turned out to be a great diamond of enormous value. The farm was covered with them. It was to become one of the world's richest diamond mines. The first farmer had owned literally acres of diamonds, but had sold them for practically nothing in order to look for them elsewhere. If he'd only taken the time to learn what diamonds looked like in their rough state, he would have found the millions he sought right on his own property. Each of us is, at this moment, standing in the middle of his own acres of diamonds. If we will only have the wisdom to explore the work in which we're now engaged, we'll usually find that it...
Okay, so again, some of you have heard that story, a little bit twist on it right there, but you're in the right place at the right time. Just plant your flag, go to work, and plug in. You're going to get better. You get enough training and people around you every single day, every single week that will help you, but you have to do your part. And if you do that, ladies and gentlemen, your life is going to change. There's no question about it. I want to thank you guys for joining me here today. I've hoped you've picked up a nugget or two or something that can manifest in your life that create the goal, objective, or the end result that you actually want. And that's my whole goal. And the passion I put behind putting this together and wanting to talk to you guys here this morning. I appreciate you guys and just being here. You guys are winners. There's no question about it, because a lot of people aren't here, and people that want things in life. And there will be probably, hundreds more listening to this on the recording of it. And that's great. And your job is to listen to it again, over and over again, until you can regurgitate this information, until you can start manifesting it in your life, and until you can start disseminating this information with your teams as you go forward and build and develop your business. But guys, I want to thank you guys again. Make it a great super day for all the mothers that are out there. I want to say happy Mother's Day. I'll say happy Mother's Day to Maria. She's right here, my producer, my friend, my partner, my life here, my wife as well, and so much more. Just wishing you a happy Mother's Day weekend, and we're excited today.
Awesome. Happy Mother's Day, everyone.
We'll see you guys later. Make it a great day. God bless you guys.
Bye.
Bye for now.